this is Marydee Sklar, and I'm here with a tip for student success. And this tip has to do with how do you keep track of planning what you need to do when you do your homework and keeping track of those projects that need to get done. So it's a way of sitting down and planning out your homework and keeping track of future things you need to do with your homework. And what we're going to use is Trello, Trello. And Trello is a pretty cool product. I use it personally, and I think it's really effective with students. I've had one student particularly who just loved working in Trello. Trello is free. You can use it on your computer, you can use it on phones, you can use it on iPad type devices. I personally don't like it on the phone so much because the picture's really tiny. I can't see all the cards at one time, and I like to see that bigger picture, and that's really important. So I recommend it to be most effective when you can see a bigger picture, like on your computer screen or on your iPad type device. So when you go into Trello, you sign up, and what you do is you create a bunch of lists. It comes with a set list to begin with, but you can create your own list. And I'm going to show you the lists that I think students should have. I think students should have a homework and studying list. So write this down. Homework and studying list. That's what you're going to do today. Then you need to have lists for projects, things that are due in the future. In this case, this person has, our imaginary student has an English project that's due in the future. You also need to have a list for studying for quizzes and tests. That's very important because a lot of students forget about studying. They do their homework, but the way you learn is to review. That's how you change your brain's neurons and retain what you've been learning, is you need to review it. So you have to study. And then you need a list for done. That's the one that you get to check off. I'm finished with these things. You need a list for tomorrow, some things that might not get done today that you need to kind of move over and not forget about for tomorrow. And then you have a storage list. And the storage list is there because I'm a little lazy and I don't want to have to type in things that I do over and over again all the time. So we're going to show you how we use the storage right now. So let's say I've come home from school and I'm going to sit down and start making my list. I get out my planner, I open up Trello, and I take a look at what do I need to do today. Well, I always have to walk the dog. That's just a given. All right, and I always have to start dinner dishes, so I'm going to help with the dinner dishes. And I always have chem. It's a pretty demanding class, so I spend at least 45 minutes on that. And I always have math every night. Now, I don't have history tonight. It's not due for a couple of days, but I might be able to fit some in and get ahead. So I'll stick it on there and see how I'm feeling. Then I take a look at my planner and I look over here at my projects and go, oh wow, nothing was written down for English due today, but boy, I got this project I need to work on. So I'm going to finish doing my note taking tonight. That'll get done. Oh, what do I have to study? Need to study for Spanish. So now we've got a list, and we can order this list. We don't want to sit down and do all the work at one time. We also, let's see, what will I start with? I think I'll start with that English. And after I'm done with English, I'll work on chem. And when I'm done with that, I'll take and walk the dog at about that point. That'll be a good break. Then I can work on my math, and I can study my Spanish. And then I can help with dinner dishes, and if I have any energy I can work on that history. But I also want to add a card that's kind of fun, so I want some hangout time with my friends. And let's say we want to have like 30 minutes in there, or maybe, yeah, 30 minutes, something like that, and we're going to add that. Because you got to have something fun to look forward to when you're making out lists. So we start doing our homework, and let's say reading and note taking, we are done with that for English. Now we don't need to store that because we're done with the book. We're all ready to go on to the next step. So we can just get rid of this one. We don't have to store this anymore. But for right now, I'm going to put it in the done pile because it feels really good to say, whew, got it done. It feels good in my brain because when we mark something off and meet a challenge, we get a little dopamine hit in our brain, and that feels good. So moving that over is really important. We work on our chem, we got that done. We walk the dog, mom's going to be thrilled. Now I'm going to put that over, yeah, we'll put it over here in storage. Okay, that's great. Math, got that done. Got my Spanish done. That feels good. help with the dinner dishes. Spent some time hanging out with my friends. That felt really good. Didn't get all the way done with history. I still have a couple days to work on that. I'll put that onto tomorrow's list. And then one thing that I noticed though when I look back at this planner is that, oh, Kim, they're talking about a new project. Oh, it's coming up. He mentioned it today, so I better put a list on there. We'll make it Kim project. All he's talked about so far is that we have to figure out the topic. So this is just kind of warning me that I have this topic thing coming. He's not really told us a whole lot about it yet. We're going to go in here and we're going to do a due date. He did tell us when we have to have our topic by. I wrote that down. The topic's not due till, let's say, the 8th of October. But that gives it in front of me. So now I've got this Chem project. I'm going to move it over here next to my English project. So I'm not worrying about that right now, but I can see it coming, and I know that I'm going to have to work on it. So I've got this nice picture. I moved all my done things over here. Feels great. And what I can do now that I'm done before I go to bed, I can go, okay, what am I going to keep the done thing that's on here that's important to hold on to? I'm going to keep Chem in storage. I want to keep the math in storage. The Spanish, eventually I'm going to study for another unit exam, so I'll hold on to that. Dishes I use again. Hangout time with friends I'm going to do again. This reading and note taking for English, I'm just about done with that project, so I'm going to get rid of that one. I'm just going to delete it. That feels good too. Whew, all the way done. So I got to celebrate being done. I moved things over. I'm ready for tomorrow. So this is a way to use Trello for students. It's pretty easy. It's pretty simple. And I hope that you will try it with your student and see how it works for you, because we have found it very useful around here. So if you like this tip, I invite you to check out my book, 50 Tips to Help Students Succeed. This was just one of those tips that's inside of that book, or an expansion of using technology to keep track of your assignments. Thank you for your time, and good luck keeping track of all the things that you need to do. This will help.